Welcome to Truck Talks Racing, the first race of the year. We are finally back after a few month break here on Truck Talks Racing. Time to go racing here with the ARCA series, the first Truck Talks broadcast of ARCA Racing. As we go down here, let's listen to the trackside ceremonies. We'll hold on there for a minute as they're going through driver introductions. Let's go through our starting lineup first. We have Christian Eckes starting on the pole, the young rookie from New York. He's starting on the pole. Raced a few races last year, didn't officially have a ride until this year. So this is technically his rookie year. Starting here at Daytona. What a way to start it. Winning the pole at Daytona. That's huge. Right behind him, not really a rookie, but also considered his rookie year, Thad Moffitt. Thad Moffitt is the grandson of Richard Petty, and he will be starting in second today. Big start for Thad Moffitt. He did not have a perfect or even a great year last year. So this is going to be good to get on. Good for him to start the year off right. Second place for the King's grandson. As we go down, let's listen. As you can see, the weather, there is drizzle on the racetrack. That's not great, but they're hoping to get. They've been avoiding it most of the day. We did have some mist a few times today. One cutting the last practice for qualifying for the Daytona 500 short, and some of the drivers were happy about that because they only want to do qualifying runs, and they didn't want to get tempted. They didn't want to be tempted to pull back out and do some more running. So that's good for them. Most of them appreciate that. But here we have an actual race where there's drizzle in the area. The weather is one of the biggest stories for today here at ARCA. How many races or laps can you get in before something starts? Before the weather starts acting up, how many laps can you get in? That is the big story here today. And so we are getting set to go. Green flag pulls at 4:45. Looks like they're probably going to be doing caution laps, warming up the cars at about that time as they just got in the car. And they're almost all ready. We're ready here for Truck Talks for the ARCA race. This should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen, so stay tuned. The wind has also been pretty bad today as well, starting off with gusts at 20 miles per hour throughout the day, though it's been a tail speed in the backstretch, which should help out the drivers quite a bit, and there really hasn't been. It's more of a tailwind in turn 1 and 2 and into the exit than others. But, they're ready to go. It didn't really affect much in the practices for the Cup Series, and we don't expect it to really affect out here too much in the ARCA race. Here, this is the Lucas Oil 200 at Daytona, and this shouldn't have affected that much. We should have good racing. Hopefully we'll get a full race in today's. They will be racing into the night, which shouldn't really affect much because it's been cloudy throughout the day, so the track hasn't really heated up that much. So there's not going to be that much of a differential when it comes to track temperatures throughout the day. So this should be a good race. And keep judging it, 67 degrees, track temp to about 73 during Cup final practice. It's probably still around there, but the drizzle is what we're all watching for. We don't want them to have to pull the red flag out before we even start and delay this much longer than it is. The excitement is starting, and we are almost ready to go ARCA racing.
What will happen in the 56th chapter, we are about to find out. ARCA turns 67, and it does so with Dylan Welch and Kim Coons patrolling the pits here at the Lucas Oil 200, driven by General Tire. And high above Daytona International Speedway, I am Dave Reef alongside of a man in his 52nd consecutive Speed Weeks. Phil Parsons, glad to be hanging out with you today. Phil, let's start by talking about that new title right sponsor. It was a part-time sponsor year to year, but now Menards and John Menards has come on full-time. What does the ARCA Menards series mean to the racers?
I think it means a lot. This series has been without an entitlement sponsor for over 10 years now. But for John Menard to step up with the Menards brand and say, hey, I want to be the entitlement sponsor, the title sponsor for the series, means so much to these guys. And it's going to mean some more money to these guys year in the point fund.
That, of course, comes fresh off the announcement of NASCAR taking over. That happened January 1st this year. Those additional changes to come in 20. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But let's talk about the racing. This is a guy that's been there, done it, raced it, owned it, crashed it, done it all. No better man to turn to as we turn to dark skies, race cars on the grid, and strategy today.
It's in the bad radar that they kept showing when I was at home up in Monroe, North Carolina. But yeah, it definitely made me think, well, maybe I didn't miss as much as I might have.
You know, not trying to draw an analogy to every sport. It's like pitchers and catchers report next week down here at the Sunshine State. But this is the time of optimism. You know, it's the start of the year. And
Well, you haven't lost the ball game.
Everybody, yeah. Hey,
we're going to win them all.
Everybody confident and optimistic now.
Same is true here in racing. We're going to win the championship. We're going to win every race. And that's what. Well, really, you got to think that. I always had this motto: in order to reach the moon, first you must shoot for the stars. And you might get to the moon if you don't make it to the stars. And man has made it to the moon, by the way. And I think there's more talk of that in the future. Maybe Mars might be one of the next stars.
In our lifetime, we might see it. So, now, you know, gentlemen, what WNDB truly stands for. Where NASCAR drivers begin. Right here, Daytona National Speedway. Yes, where NASCAR drivers begin. The ARCA Series, these truly are the drivers of the future. It's fun seeing these young drivers come out here and show what they have, whether it be Thad or Kyle or one of these others. Kyle Petty's first race, first time ever on a racetrack. He won here in the ARCA Series.
I think Richard was up on a hauler calling the shots for him.
Yes, he was. You might even see
guiding him through.
You might see Richard on a hauler here when this green flag falls. So we might have to see where we can pick him out at, and see if he's on the Cup hauler or if he's over here in the ARCA hauler, or who knows, he might be wandering around somewhere up here in the suites with us. But he's got to be proud to have his grandson out there. So it's a great day here at Daytona National.
The lights
Speedway.
are up. The lights have just come up here too, I see, which is a good thing on an overcast day. That'll help the vision a little better. It'll help the TV shots a little better. And might help us see a little better what's going on as well. And if it stays just like this, we're good. We're good. I mean, nothing seems to be falling or anything. So let's just hope and pray it stays as it is.
I truly believe that once these cars get on track, that we create our own vortex, and it'll keep the weather away. We create our own energy vortex here. I believe that's a Darrell Waltrip theory, isn't it?
Yes, I think you're right.
So speaking of that, they have cranked up the engines here on pit road. We are headed toward the on-time start of this race, which we were wondering about a little while ago.
you were just talking about the up-and-coming drivers. There were 17 is the number of former ARCA winners who made the field for the 2018 Daytona 500.
Yeah, you're looking at my cheat sheet there, Kevin. It's got the by the
I didn't take them all.
yeah, by the numbers, which I'm going to reference to throughout. It's nice ARCA to put that together for us. And
Let's look at something here too that was given to us. We have 6 of these drivers who are going to be driving next weekend in the well, it's not Camping World Truck Series.
Gander Outdoors.
Yep. I've said that out of habit. But anyway, Christian Eck is on the pole. Excuse me. Today, will be driving the trucks. Harrison Burton will be in that series. Natalie Decker will be moving over to the trucks next weekend. Cody Rohrbaugh will also join that group. Todd Gilliland will drive a truck, as well as Bobby Gerhardt. So the veteran driver, Gerhardt, will be trying his hand in a truck. I'm sure it'll be a Chevrolet, since that's what he's driving here today.
As the cars roll off pit road now, headed down into turn 1 and 2, and looks like everybody's rolling off as we watch them pull off pit.
Welcome back to NASCAR on Truck Talks. We are watching the cars roll into the backstretch. A very gloomy, dark outlook here at Daytona. And it's pretty dark out today, and it's been like that most of the day with some sun. And Monster Energy Cup Series Clash practice earlier today. But besides that, it's been all gloomy weather, and it's been looking like threatening rain. It's gotten worse throughout the day. You could see the hotels and the beach in the distance earlier, but now that's all gone. You don't have that much visibility out there. It's dark out, and it looks like it's gonna rain. But you know, we're ready to race here. Starting lineup, we have Christian Eckes in first, Thad Moffitt in second, and a nice blue and dark navy blue and a light blue paint scheme for Richard Petty Motorsports. Starting second row, Leilani Munter, Willie Mullins. That's the second row. Third row, Harrison Burton and Michael Self. Fourth row, Natalie Decker, who won the pole last year, and Travis Braden. Fifth row, Andy Seuss and Connor Hall. Brandon McReynolds and Tyler Dipple, that's row 6. CJ McLaughlin and Brett Holmes, row 7. Cody Rohrbaugh and Gus Dean, row 8. Riley Herbst, Todd Gillen, row 9. Brandon Queen and Joe Graff, row 10. Row 11, John Ferrer and Sean Corr. Row 12, Paul Williams and Bobby Gerhardt, the 8-time winner. Row 13, Grant Quinlan. Row 14, Dave Mader. Row 15, J.J. Pack and Tom Vaughn. Row 16, Jason White and Eric Caldwell. Row 17, Chuck Hires and Brad Smith. And row 18, starting last, Con Nicolopoulos, who did state earlier in the pre-race ceremonies that he and some of the others at the back of the pack have formed a plan that they are going to draft and run their own race down at the back. And there is your starting lineup down at the bottom of your screen, as long with the manufacturers that they're running. Sean Corr, Paul Williamson, 23rd and 24th Grant Quinlan, we missed that. And 25th, Derek Lancaster. 26th, Dave Mader III. 27th, Scott Melton and J.J. Pack. That's a row. 29th, Tom Vi Jr. and 30th, Jason White. 31st, Eric Caldwell. And 32nd, Chuck Hires. And 33, Brad Smith. And 34th, Con Nicolopoulos. And it's the last 4 or 5 that will be running in their own pack. They said they've kind of made a little plan for the end of the race. 80-lap race running here at Daytona, and that will crown the winner of the first race of the season. At the end of that, they will have the winner crowned. Let's head it back over to ARCA Racing Network until the green flag.
200 miles, pit road speed 55 miles an hour, about 30 to 35 laps. You can make it 40. It's borderline. It depends on cautions and everything else. You only got to pit for gas once here to make that 80 laps.
Jerry, I guarantee you they will be pitting more than once today. That's the nature of the And certain ones who are sitting pretty and up really high in the standings might choose not to bid during some of these cautions, depending on circumstances at the time.
Track position is important in this race. Nobody wants to give it up. Once you get up front, you stay up front, and you don't want to give up that position out there in the front.
Avoid any possible mayhem that may follow behind. But coming down towards pit lane, that was the 44. It's the Grumpy's Performance Chevrolet by Farrier. And I think that team name, or the Grumpy, probably describes a lot of the field.
They probably feel very grumpy right now as their car is being pushed onto pit road. They got to clear the track as the field is over in turn 4. And you notice the field is starting to bunch up now. They had them coming around in 2 different groups earlier. The 44 is going to probably make the hard left turn, I would think, into the garage area rather than just into the pits. There's no point in sitting in the pits if the car won't run. What a major disappointment. There he is, a hard left turn.
Nope, he's going into his pit box. I was going to say, his pit box 2 spots
The
past.
opening was right there, and it appeared he was going to turn right into it, but maybe they think they can do something to it, but they're not going to wait on him now to start the race. Let's watch the yellow and amber lights on the pace car. Do the lights go off? Yes, they do. That means we'll be going racing next time by, as we're 2.5 miles from the start of the Lucas Oil 200.
As 2 18-year-olds lead the field. It's just amazing to think of the youth involved in this race. Both of them just old enough to where for the first time they can run the complete series this year. You had to be...
Back there is half the lap to go till green. Temp right now is 61 degrees, humidity 83%, and the wind stays steady at 15 miles per hour to the north. As we get set, there is weather in the area. We are trying to avoid that right now. And, you know, we might stay clear of it. It's kind of very spotty, and it's going to be very spotty showers, I think. But if with a little bit of luck, I think that the ARCA racing could go green the whole way. 80 laps, that should be a lengthy race. The key, I think, is to stay calm throughout this. You got a lot of young drivers, a lot of adrenaline up front with Christian Eckes and Thad Moffitt, who are both 18 years old. Here we go. They come around turn 4. Dotting into the inside is the pace car. Here we go. Drivers ready. They're gripping their shifter, and they're almost ready. They're calm. They're getting their hands up in 10 and 2, and they're ready. They're getting them in their position to go racing. As they he dots off into the pit road. Green flag in the air. Christian Eckes clears Thad Moffitt across the start-finish line. Thad Moffitt will jump down to the bottom just ahead of Munter as they go into turn 1. Single file through 5th with Mullins and Harrison Burton. Now it's single file all the way until about the 14th spot, going into the back stretch. Christian Eckes clear. It is single file everywhere now. Your top 5 right now are Eckes, Moffitt, Munter, Mullins, and Harrison Burton. Rounding out the top 10 is Decker, Braden, and Seuss, and then Hall in 10th place right now. Let's go down and look at your top 6 here. The leaderboard. And it looks like the bottom, everyone's hanging on the bottom. That's the preferred route usually at Daytona as they go across the front stretch. 1 lap done. A little bit of gap between the top 5, which has just got closed up. So that means Eckes is controlling the race right now through 1 lap. As they are on the back stretch, they are double filed throughout the back of the field. Riley Herbst trapped in double file right now. A little bit of bumping on the bumper, and that's how drafting usually goes. Sean Core up on the top, a notable person on the top right now, trying to push. The top will eventually soon begin to work. Nicolopoulos and his counterparts have gone to the back and are doing their own drafting session right now. The The outside row has kind of made their way up to about 4th place. Harrison Burton, they're side by side. They're going for 3rd now, the top. And here's how the field stacks up. Andy Seuss has already gone back 3 spots. A 3rd row trike spins out. The St. Clair number 25 car spins into the bottom, into the apron, into the grass. Right back into the infield track. And going back out, he definitely got turned. The number 3 car follows as well. Wow, that's a tough one to swallow. Mullins almost hits the wall, just barely able to stable. He is able to move, and it looks like he'll be able to go out. Michael Self, the driver of the 25 car, ends up into the apron. He got turned by Mullins. That's what we're looking at right now. Big turn, not a lot of damage though. It's definitely salvageable. Mullins does have a lot of damage down on the bottom of his car. Might be repairable, but he might have to go to the back. And Michael Self might be alright. Let's look at the replay of that. And no, I don't think so. I think that Michael Self just got way loose, lost the car completely, and then goes into Mullins. That's how that happened, I think. Our first wreck on lap 3. Mullins is able to slide up off the track. He didn't stop into the grass. And Michael Self just lost it. I think that's the only way. He just lost the car. Lost control, and he did wheel hop a few times, so there's definitely damage underneath and parts flying everywhere too. So we'll see what happens there. Let's go back to the ARCA Racing Network.
And Willie Mullins was pushing him and spun, looks like Self down to the inside. A little damage there when he hit the grass. Splitter. Willie Mullins, here comes Self onto pit road. So that bump draft, and you've got to be lined up right. Here they are, they're showing us a replay. Self just gets loose and then comes back across the nose of Willie Mullins. Car gets airborne there, completely airborne for a few seconds. Rips off the side panels down below the doors on both sides as he comes down through the grass onto the asphalt pavement back there on the backstretch. But just got him loose by that bump draft, and after that, hard to control that thing.
And you know what I theorized was happening there since they finished 1-2 last year? I think they wanted to hook up in a draft and work their way to the front, and it kind of backfired on both of them. Not what they wanted to see. Here it is again. We get to see this thing repeatedly. It's definitely Mullins up, tap. That's what I was watching. Tap again, tap the 3rd, 4th tap. Then he got down inside his quarter panel. That's what turned him.
It turned him, and he did. He lifted off the ground there for a few seconds, all 4 tires in the air as it came across the rough grass there on the infield and the asphalt.
And you can't do anything but harm to the underbody of your car when you're going across these bumpy, grassy places in the infield. So I would suspect neither one of them are going to be victory capable the rest of the way today after the damage that is bound to have been sustained.
Self's first full season in the ARCA, on the ARCA.
Yeah, he was going to go for a championship, he said, this year too. Not going to be the start toward the championship he would like to have had. Look at that car in slow-mo up in the air. He was like a good 5 feet. The nose of that car, right from the wheels way up in the air, but he came down, settled hard, and you could see all kind of the spoiler being ripped off. And they're pushing the 3 car of Willie Mullins now back into the garage. So
yeah, that 44 car too of John Ferrier still stuck on the pit road down there.
That's the one that didn't start even.
Correct.
I wonder if he still has aspirations that he'll get that car moving again and enter the race. But I'm surprised he didn't go behind the wall long before now.
And Michael Self also, that car, the safety features did work. The roof flaps opened up, and everything that's supposed to keep that car on the ground opened up, dropped that car back down on the ground once it got airborne, and took away the aerodynamics that create lift, set it back down, and here he is rolling back down pit road again. They're going to try and see if they can get that car fixed up and back out in the race. Hasn't lost. I believe he's still on the lead lap. So you never know. With the draft, you might survive this race with potentially staying on the lead lap and have a shot at the end, depending on how severe the damage is.
Joe Graff Jr. had evidently gotten down into the grass too, because they were cleaning a lot of grass out of his grill work there to keep him from overheating later on. So more than one
Alright, we're back here on Truck Talks, and very eventful first 3 laps. We already had a wreck in the field here at Daytona Speedway in the Lucas Oil 200. On to lap 6 right now, and no takers, just the 2 that were involved in the crash, as Self comes back onto pit road. He doesn't look too badly damaged. The right bottom and right front of his car has cosmetic damage. Doesn't look to be anything interior besides from cosmetic, which could really affect him here at Daytona, as this is how the racing goes. He is sponsored by Sinclair in the green Sinclair car. Kind of a middle green with a white stripe above with a dinosaur. Red lettering on the sides. That's how his car looks. A Toyota Camry as well. Number 77 goes onto the track. Goes into the pits. We got a little bit of strategy at work, I think, and that's Joseph Graff Jr., and I think that's all strategical, what he's doing right here. Yeah, it should be all strategical. He didn't really do anything to cause him to go into the wreck. So we'll keep an eye on him. It looks like he's just going in for gas and tires. And Michael Self is being pulled by his crew into the garage area, it looks like. And maybe his day's over. He's from Draper, Utah, age 28. And yeah, they're pushing him into the garage area. So it looks like, oh, and parts fell off too when they pushed it. So it looks like he might be done. And it's definitely something under the car. They might put him up, jack it up, and then go to the work on the bottom and try and get him back out for some more laps. We are only 7 in, and you can get points for every lap you can run. So we could see him potentially back out on the track. Mullins, I think, is still back on the track. He hasn't done much. There wasn't much damage on there. He did not even stopped in the grass. He just went right through it and kept going. So he might be all right. And I don't know if we're going green this lap, but they are catching up in the backfield. The cars are catching up, and yes, we are going green. We are going green. Christian Eck is on the inside, and on the outside, Thad Moffitt leads us back to the green flag. In third place, we got Leilani Munter. Fourth, Harrison Burton. And fifth, Tyler Dipple, who starts off on the 8th lap we'll be working on. Pace car, the Camaro, looks like it's about to dive, inches towards the yellow line, and it will dive under the yellow line into pit road, side by side. Eckes and Thad Moffitt is here we go. Green flag, they pass the Geico side. Christian Eckes clears Thad Moffitt, who gets a push from Harrison Burton as they go through the green flag. Harrison Burton in trouble. Or no, excuse me, it looks like Harrison Burton will stay on the top, and Thad Moffitt will dive down to the inside. And Christian Eckes clears, and he's got quite a bit of a lead now. Thad Moffitt in the middle, he's kind of stuck in the draft, has nowhere to go. And Harrison Burton making the outside work. They are going to work. He's about even with Thad Moffitt, who's in second place right now. A little bump in there with Leilani Munter. She bumps with Harrison Burton on the back of Harrison Burton. They bump. Her and Thad Moffitt bump. Harrison Burton on the outside. He is even with Thad Moffitt. He's able to get about a quarter panel ahead of him, and that top is starting to work its magic. Yeah, you expect, though, if he's able to get the lead here, he's going to dive right down onto the inside with Christian Eckes if he's able to clear him. He's about up to him, it looks like, and no, he's not. Thad Moffitt, a little loose, checks up right, though he did not spin out. He's down at the bottom, almost ran into Harrison Burton, maybe trying to get a little bit of side drafting off of him. And Harrison Burton has the lead. It looks like he's almost there. He's just right on to Christian Eckes. And Thad Moffitt moves into third. He moves into fourth now, and Harrison Burton clears Christian Eckes on the outside of turn 3. Though he's not able to clear him, here comes Christian Eckes back. A good exit from the bottom. And let's see who goes at the line. Dead even on the finish line. I think I'd give that to Christian Eckes. The 10th lap, I'd give that to him. Here, and they are dead even. Both lines are dead even. Thad Moffitt's still in fourth right now. He's about in third. And Christian Eckes, there's a little bit of gap in between the high and the bottom there, trying to limit the side drafting that would be available. Looks like they're not getting much though. It is, and Harrison Burton has his nose out front, not able to keep it though. Going into turn 3, Christian Eckes in the white car, the white JBL car, able to even it out. And Christian Eckes gets a little bit of a lead. Harrison Burton, good exit, clears Christian Eckes off of turn 4, dives down the bottom, clears Christian Eckes, and he will lead lap 10. And he has the lead now. He's on the bottom. Christian Eckes in second. Thad Moffitt looks to be in about 5th right now. And Christian Eckes is fighting for third with Gus Dean. And Gus Dean gets a nose in front of Christian Eckes going into the backstretch. This is for second. Thad Moffitt trying to give Christian Eckes a push going into turn 3 and 4. Harrison Burton has a sizable lead now. For Daytona, that is a sizable lead for Harrison Burton. As they come towards the start-finish line, Thad Moffitt now in 5th. Christian Eckes in 3rd. Side drafts. He almost gets loose, and he's able to get it second. Gives Harrison Burton a push while he's at it as they go to turns 1 and 2. 12th lap in. A great one so far. Harrison Burton into the backstretch. He's leading now by a car length. Gus Dean almost able to go to his quarter panel, it looks like. And he is at his quarter panel. The top is moving again. Good entry into turn 3 and 4 by Harrison Burton. Able to clear him back out. Christian Eckes able to stay in second so far as they head towards the start-finish line for the 13th time this evening. And they have settled down so far. No one's gone crazy. We have Thad Moffitt in 4th right now. He's fighting to stay out of 5th. The bottom is back to work as we go back to the ARCA network.
I was looking at the wrong pack, and someone was way out in front of that pack when I said he had the largest lead of the day. Not true. I retract that because he's right now being battled for the lead right down the backstretch. Headed into turn 3 to you, Terry.
Yep, about 25 cars here in this lead pack. Once again, Harrison Burton, Ward Burton's son, and coming out of 3 and 4, and then 2 by 2 by 2. That outside line's got some momentum behind it, just can't get by that second car. And surprised that Harrison Burton hadn't had to jump out in front of him, hadn't seen the blocking there yet. But interesting to see how close these cars are running and the side drafting they're doing. You'll see that outside car dip down low and try to catch a side draft off Christian Eckes to get some momentum. And that's Gus Dean in the 32 on the outside. Harrison Burton still leading this pack, headed down the backstretch, has the front of the pack there. About 25, 28 cars scattered back behind him.
They're mostly keeping their noses clean right now, although we see cars ganging up now. Burton in a bump. He gets bumped from behind by Eckes. Yeah, that white car of Eckes did get into the back of Burton, but he backs off into the corner. Kevin, I don't think he wanted to go too far with that. We don't want to have a repeat of what happened a little while back.
I think so. I think Eckes has a strong car, but yeah, wisely pulled off.
He certainly did. Well, that contention for the lead is very tight up front. I don't think anyone's going to break away to an 8 or 10 car advantage, as I called earlier, looking at the wrong pack. But they're so far from us over on that back straightaway, you think you're watching what you're not watching.
outside, actually pulling ahead of Harrison Burton as they come through 3 and 4. Let's see if he's going to lead when he gets down here to the start-finish line.
He had a nose up there.
Got Gus Dean as the leader here. Going to be really close as we come through. Yep, and it looks like Gus Dean
Dean
did.
by a nose.
He's going to lead that lap.
Dean by a nose,
That
yeah.
puts the 32 at the top of the charts. So, and an average 181 mile an hour, as you say, pace lap here. So they're moving right along and cooking right along, back about 10 rows deep.
That's at least 3 leaders that we've had now in this race. Of course, Eckes, Dean, Burton. Can you remember? I don't believe anyone else has led so far.
I think that's it.
Among those 3.
Welcome back to ARCA on Truck Talks. Gus Dean able to edge out in front on the top row. And he's able to clear Harrison Burton, it looks like, on the top. And he is they're trying to separate the gap. Harrison Burton trying to dive to the bottom with Natalie Decker in side draft. Riley Herbst fighting for 4th. He's able to side draft, and he's with Christian Eckes right now as Gus Dean dives to the bottom, and he's able to clear Harrison Burton onto the bottom. So Gus Dean leading the pack. 2nd, Harrison Burton. 3rd, Christian Eckes, who is battling with Natalie Decker. 4th is Eckes currently. 5th, Riley Herbst. 6th, Thad Moffitt. 7th, Hall. 8th, Munter. And 9th, Braden. And 10th, Mater. And then you got Michael Self, who's still in the garage, showing him on the screen. He's still in the garage. They are getting to work on the bottom. It looks like they do have a few mechanics down under the chassis. The car is propped up, and they're doing some engine work, it looks like, as well. Maybe some debris got in the engine. Let's go back to the field. The bottom, Riley Herbst doing a little bit of bump drafting on the top. Trying to push Natalie Decker in front of Thad Moffitt, who's in 5th right now. Oh, it looks like Thad bumps Natalie Decker. Maybe not. But Gus Dean is leading as the lights are now out on Daytona. The track, the lights are on. Thad Moffitt, they are side drafting down there where it's 2 and 2. It is single file up to 4 now. Christian Eckes, the end of single file, he is sitting there in 3rd. As Natalie Decker is fighting with Thad Moffitt. A great fight here as Thad almost clears her when it comes to the start-finish line for the 19th time. And then number 77 smoking in pit road. What's going on with Joe Graff? He's smoking. They got the engine up. They got the hood up, They're doing some engine work right now. Doesn't look like it's too bad. I mean, he's out in the track. He would be in the garage if it was too bad. With 60 laps to go, Thad Moffitt side by side by Natalie Decker, who's almost has him clear on the outside. She won the pole last year here, and she's being bump drafted by Riley Herbst, who's right on her tail. He's hung onto her tail. He pushes her off in front of Thad Moffitt, and she's able to clear him. Riley Herbst up to his quarter panel, does get and Natalie Decker pushes all the way up. Oh, Riley Herbst goes into Thad Moffitt. They're lapping Nicolopoulos right now. A little bit of lap traffic. It looks like it's clean going by. That did hurt Thad Moffitt as the top 4, consisting of Dean, Harrison, Burton, Eckes, and Natalie Decker, have cleared the rest of the pack. They are drafting by themselves up front. Thad Moffitt leading the rest of the pack below. On the outside of him is Riley Herbst. So you got 2 fast cars. They're in 5th and 6th, leading the rest of the pack to the top 4, led by Gus Dean in the lead. As we go by for the 21st time, Natalie Decker falling off the lead pack as Thad Moffitt at 5th clears Riley Herbst down on the bottom. They head to turns 1 and 2, and now Riley Herbst is fighting with Munter for 6th and 7th now. And the bottoms fall off. Actually, Thad Moffitt, great exit out of turn 2 and 3. He catches up to the lead pack now. Drafting right behind Natalie Decker, and we are back at even, it looks like. The field is more spread out than before, of course. Joe Graff back out. He's racing. So Joe Graff Pit road successful. He's back out on the track. We come by for the 22nd time. Joe Graff will go down as 3 laps behind currently. Gus Dean still leading. The front pack consists of Gus Dean, Harrison Burton, Christian Eckes, Natalie Decker, and Brett Moffitt. Leading the main field right now, the race, is Munter, who has almost gotten beat by Riley Herbst on the outside, who's clung heavily to the outside so far throughout this race. And we will go back down to the ARCA network.
80 right now, 180 miles an hour. I think our front runners at the top of the field running around 180 miles an hour right now.
And we are a fourth of the way through. 20 laps out of the 80 are now completed. And, hey, we're doing very well considering the weather forecast was a bit ominous for today. But knock on wood, keep our fingers crossed. Let's make this thing a full-fledged event of 80 laps or 200 miles, Kevin.
Top 5 in the single file line out there.
Yep.
Coming through turn 1.
Breaking away a bit, aren't they?
They are.
Start getting to the midpoint or mid part of this race where they're starting to settle in a little bit, and you know, getting to the end was what they talked about yesterday. You got to survive this race, so survival is what it's about. Get that car where you're comfortable with it, where you're riding with it. A lot of times it might not be up front, but right now up front, Gus Dean doing a great job leading this field around.
It certainly is. I didn't know that he was going to be this strong based on qualifying, but he's worked his way well up through the pack from where he started. Haven't checked exactly to see where Gus started this race, but it was well down in 16th position. The Bluffton, South Carolina driver, the Winton Racing Chevy, has motored his way up through the very nicely. Don't know if he did it all. I don't think it was all draft because he's able to stay out front and lead the way now with what appears to be a very strong automobile. I think his car has to be one of the strongest cars out there to be able to lead the pack as he's doing.
Yeah, the draft makes a difference here, but being in the front of the draft is probably one of the toughest places to be, to get there and stay there, and he's doing that right now. He's gotten around. Once again, that outside line was surprised at how it took it a little while, but he used it to get up there in the front of the field. That 5-car breakaway now is about, I want to say 10, 15 car lengths out ahead of the rest of the pack. Lonnie Munter, the first one in that group, and headed back 2x2x2 for about 5 or 6 rows. And then the rest of the field is scattered out about a half a lap behind them. Kevin?
No, it's been that group after big break after that pack of about the 12, 13 cars. Their big break. I wait for a second to find out the time differential.
And I can't see either that the weather has changed any since the start of the race. It looks like it's just like it was, the overcast about the same. But as long as I said earlier, as long as it stays like this, we're good. We're good. As they come off of turn.
Alright, welcome back to Truck Talks here. We are, as they said, the field is very scattered out. With the top 5 now are just gone. There is a second differential from Thad Moffitt at the end of the first pack to Riley Herbst, more than a second actually, as the young 18-year-old stays at the back of the lead pack. The top 5 is Gus Dean, Harrison Burton, Eckes, Natalie Decker, and Thad Moffitt. And Thad Moffitt, they are almost losing the first pack now. And this is the most spread out I've seen a race in quite a long time at Daytona. This is very spread out. It's almost like we've done pit stops already there. The pit window's at 40 laps, so they got about 20 to go till they have to pit. No stages in ARCA. As they come around, Gus Dean leads again. Let's see how many laps he's led at this point. Alright, doesn't say. But he has led quite a few laps. And Thad Moffitt is now off the back of the lead pack. He's still in the draft. There's nothing to worry about. And they are running away from him. Now it's a 4-pack And he dives in, Thad Moffitt into pit. He did have part of the plan. He's pitting early, 27 laps in. He's on the... And it looks like they are lapping now. It looks like Brad Smith is getting lapped by the lead cars as Thad Moffitt pulls to the inside. He is pit road speed right now, and he is coming into his pit stall. He's down further to the end because he got second choice, and he is there. Let's see what happens with Thad Moffitt. He comes in, they rush up quick, they give him... They're opening the... They're doing some in work right there inside of the car. I wonder what happened. Yeah, they're working on Thad right now. Looks like they've put down the window net. They're working with Thad Moffitt. It looks like they're trying to pull something out of the car. A little bit of struggle, and he's off. I think the window net might have not been secure. That might be the cause, and now he's a lap down. As the second pack passes him, they didn't give him the gas or tires. It was unscheduled, and Thad Moffitt is now a lap down. Gus Dean still leads, but Thad Moffitt, he needs a lucky dog here to stay in this one if we get a yellow flag. So now it goes from... Now it's a 2-second differential from the top four, led by Gus Dean, Harrison Burton, Christian Eckes, and Natalie Decker. Then Natalie Decker is 9/10 of a second behind. Oh, she dives into pit road, it looks like, or she's completely lost it. Now it's the top three, Gus Dean, Harrison Burton, Christian Eckes, and then 3 seconds behind, Riley Herbst behind them. So that's pretty crazy. Riley Herbst, 3 seconds behind the leader, 30 laps in. Thad Moffitt is not in the lucky dog side. Brad Smith is, and then Melton is, and then you got Thad Moffitt in third. And let's see what position he's in right now. We're stuck in the live chat. There we go. Thad Moffitt, let's see what position he's in right now. He is in 30th position right now. Scott Melton is in the lucky dog spot right now. Brad Smith right behind him. Then you have Thad Moffitt, Con Nicolopoulos. So Thad Moffitt, he's in trouble for today. Great running car, top 5. Looks like the window net was a little loose, so they had to go repair it, and now he might be out of this one. So that is the big news today. Currently. And let's take it back down to ARCA.
Yeah, that works out. And what's happening now is the slower cars are getting lapped, and that's going to create some issues through back in this pack as they catch up with these slower cars. I say slower cars, they aren't that much slower, just a mile an hour or two different. So it takes them a while to catch them and go around them. And with that, the whole field has to move around them. It's easy to do when you're 1, 2, 3 cars single file, but when you get back there to those double wide cars and it gets 3 wide, it gets a little interesting. This field is getting spread out. From the front of the field to the back of the field is probably almost the length of the back straightaway now.
50 laps to go, and the senior citizen who's in somewhat my age group, and I'm talking about Bobby Gerhardt's moved up to 10. So he's on the run. He was 15th the last time I made note of it. Add to the strike once again. Here they come. And it looks like Dean is still hanging in there with a lead.
Bobby Gerhardt leading that pack of 2x2 back about 10th space. Looks like he's leading that pack. Seeing Bobby Gerhardt pull off some amazing wins here and doing an outstanding job of running this race. Probably has more experience running this race than anybody out there.
For sure on that. Thad Moffitt all the way back to 30th now by virtue of that pit stop, but so many people have yet to stop. Hardly anyone else has pitted except where they had trouble with the accident here earlier.
Yep, which Michael, self, and Willie Mullins were in that accident. They're the only 2 cars out now. track, and he's 6 laps down. So we are at lap 49 here. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll update you if anything happens during the commercial. You're listening to WNDB Racing 1150 and 93.5 FM.
Daytona Flea and Farmers Market, still the one for great savings and the best variety.
The market will be open every day, Friday, February 8th through Sunday, February 17th for Speed Weeks.
You'll find thousands of racing souvenirs at Speedway Village.
Welcome back to ARCA on Truck Talk. So it sounds like that might have been a scheduled pit stop for Thad Moffitt, but we don't know yet. The pack is now down to 3, and then you got Riley Herbst in 4th, who's caught up to them. We're about all caught up down, and the single file pack, Riley Herbst does come up. He pulls up onto the outside of Ekes, and he's trying to pass. Riley Herbst has a fast car. Ekes goes over the block. Riley Herbst darts down to the bottom. This is for 3rd. Riley Herbst goes up the top. He doesn't have much patience, and Leilani Munter looks to capitalize and go under him, but Riley Herbst is able to dive down before she gets under him. So now we've got a group of 8 now at the start of the pack. The lead. Number 77 is getting lapped again. That is Joe Graff. So, Thad Moffitt a lap down. It looks like that could have maybe been a scheduled pit stop, but we'll see later on in this race. 36 laps to go. They will all be pitting soon. You can count on that one for sure. 36 laps in. Their pit window is about 40 to 45 laps, so they all have to come in soon, and it looks like it will be green flag as it stands right now. Good racing so far is Riley Herbst has fallen back to 8th. His attempt on the outside didn't work at all, and now he's at the end of the lead pack, which is now 8 cars. Gus Dean has led the most, obviously, today. He's still in the lead. Harrison Burton has settled down behind him. Same with Christian Ekes, who are waiting for something to happen later on the race so they can make a pass. Behind them is Leilani Munter. And then you have Hall and Natalie Decker and Holmes, Herbst, and Mick Reynolds, who's kind of by himself now. And then you got Gilliland behind him. So Mick Reynolds is making his own run, trying to catch up this lead pack. Looks like Gilliland might have caught up with him. But besides that, it's an 8-car race right now for the lead. And they have kind of separated. It looked like Gus Dean was going to dive down. He decided not to, though. And he's going to keep going green. He did a little fake out there as they go past the start-finish line for the 38th time. And Gus Dean leading the pack still. The 8-car pack, and Riley Herbst is kind of falling off right now. He's shown a lot of speed early, so do not count him out of this early. We still probably will have a caution. We got 40 more laps, and this is ARCA at Daytona, so anything could happen. The other pack with the other drivers being led by 8-time winner from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, Bobby Gerhardt right now. So Bobby Gerhardt, he's very experienced, has most experience of anyone on the track, and he's keeping people with it. He's keeping people in. Now it looks like Gilliland has now leading that pack. Riley Herbst in the 8th position, just hanging on to the lead pack. Gerhardt fell to 16th, and we haven't had that many pits yet. Thad Moffitt, the main pit, unless you were involved with that main crash in the first 4 laps, then you have not pitted unless you're Thad Moffitt. Gus Dean will bring him down for the 40th time, and they are hugging the bottom lower line. And whoa, the number 22, the 23 of Holmes almost goes under the yellow line. That could have gave him a black flag. He definitely held low to it right there. And that was dangerous. And they are about to lap a car. Let's see who it is. They'll dart to the outside. Lap car down to the inside. It looks like it will be clean. Then the backpack, you got McReynolds, you got Gilliland, and Grant Quinlan. That's your second pack. They are about 2 seconds behind everyone else. And they're going to draft off the lap car to try and gain a little bit of time. And so, it's really anyone's race, because you saw that was a 4. The lead pack was only 4 cars, and now it's 8 cars, and they were about 3 seconds behind. Riley Herbst led him over back into the lead pack, so it's really anyone's race right now. 41 laps in, and about all even drafting down there, and Christian Eckes goes up a little high on that exit out of turn 4. He looks like he signals like he's going to pit. And no takes here as they come across the start-finish line. And a kind of an uneven chain. Cars trying to look forward, get a little bit of side draft off. Trying to get an odd draft. Who's on the outside there? It looks like Leilani Munter tried to go the outside. Wasn't able to make anything work. I think Leilani Munter might be pitting here. We are 42 laps in. Oh, and we have a wreck with a number 2 car who has hit the inside wall. Heavy damage. Eric Cowdell, heavy damage, hits the inside of the wall by pit road, and he's lost everything but the engine in front. The chassis looks alright. It looks to be all cosmetic, but it looks like the day is effectively over. They've already brought the tow trucks out. And 43 laps in, we have our second caution, and we expect everyone to pit here. Let's go back to the ARCA network.
Stops coming up. Here comes the number 35 and 36 on the pit road. These 2 cars look
60 years, you've trusted Kittle's Locksmith, your full-service locksmith for homes and businesses. For locks, keys, door hardware, and safes. Everything to do with locks, even auto keys that include high-security push-to-start vehicles. Kittle's can make keys when you have none, and we're significantly lower priced than the dealers. For your home, business, or vehicle, voted best locksmith in Volusia 2 years in a row. Kittle's Locksmith, your full-service locksmith. Online at kittleslocksmith.com and on Ridgewood Avenue in Holly Hill and in South Daytona.
Messaging data rates may apply.
When did it become okay for men to be lazier, softer, fatter? We need to bring the men of this country back to greatness. And it's easier than ever with Ageless Male Max, a patent-pending formula with an ingredient that helps boost your total testosterone, promoting greater increases in muscle size and twice the reduction of body fat percentage than exercise alone. Plus, an amazing 64% increase in nitric oxide, which can be handy in the gym and in the bedroom. Take your manhood to the max by trying your first 30-day bottle free. Just pay shipping and handling. Not 10 days, not 15 days, but a full 30-day supply free when you text the word FEAR to 797979. Finally, a formula that boosts total testosterone. If your results with Ageless Male Max are too intense, please decrease use. For your free bottle, text FEAR to 797979. Text FEAR to 797979.
Serving the world center of racing with live motorsports coverage. This is FM 93.5, AM 1150, WNDB.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway, the Lucas Oil 200, the ARCA Menard Racing Series here. We have 44 laps complete. Pretty sure what that number is on the top of the tower. My eyes aren't getting too bad. And 44 laps complete under caution here. And caution with an incident with, Eric Claudel had some help from behind as he came to pit road and got tagged from behind, ended up on the hit the inside wall there. Did quite a bit of damage to that car. They've gotten that car cleared up. Looks like they've got almost everything cleared up. They got some speedy drive down in there. I believe they're going to probably stir that up and make sure that speedy drive is not piled up down there. We are under caution. They have gotten these cars back to pit road. Most of them got back out. Looks like Harrison Burton is our leader. Christian Eck is second. Riley Hurst is third. Brett Holmes fourth. And Connor Hall was fifth. Natalie Decker sixth. Grant Quinlan seventh. Brandon McReynolds eighth. Gus Dean ninth. Sean Cord 10th. There's your top 10 with 45 laps completed out of 35. Once again, a replay of that hit. Was up at speed when he got tagged from behind. Pretty hard hit there against that inside wall. Kevin? Yeah. But we are still under caution here. It looks like they've got this caution all cleaned up. Everybody hit pit road. That's just past the halfway point. So most everybody should be good to the end of the race. There's a few cars that pitted early. We know Thad Moffitt came in early. He should be all right gas-wise unless we go into green-white checker area, and that's where it becomes a question mark. You might see some of these guys dive back onto pit road and top off if they're back in the pack a little bit. I don't think your leaders will. But Harrison Burton, young son of Ward Burton, out there leading this field right now.
Harrison Burton's got some tall orders to live up to. His dad, as he used to say, Wood Burton. There used to be a joke going on between Jeff Burton, who's his brother, and Ward. Jeff talked a lot differently than Ward. Wood talked kind of like that.
All right, so we are back to racing here. The caution car darts to the bottom, and Harrison Burton on the top leads us to the green flag. And he's able to clear Christian Eckes out of the green flag. He was the first to start on top today, and he has cleared Christian Eckes. Hasn't dived to the bottom yet. Eckes does come out to the quarter panel, and he's still cleared with Holmes behind him. And he does now dart down to the bottom to the yellow line in first place. Harrison Burton first place, second Christian Eckes, third Herbst, fourth Holmes, fifth Hall, sixth Natalie Decker, seventh Mick Reynolds, eighth Quinlan, and ninth Gus Dean. And rounding our top 10 is Sean Core. So it looks like Thad Moffitt did not make up his lap. He is still a lap down. And let's see what place he's in right now. Thad Moffitt is currently in 21st place. In a tough break for him. He had a great race going. And now it's all gone to nothing. 32 laps to go. As Harrison Burton still leads. Christian Eckes is down at the bottom. And the top didn't work with Holmes now sitting in 4th place right now. The rest is single file. Whoa, we got a number 22 spins down at the bottom. It looks like no one else caught him. Sparks flying everywhere. He turns out into the front stretch, down into the grass, able to save it. And the number, the number 60-something car has to damage the number 29 as well. Let's see who's involved. The number, so our third caution out for the day. And let's see who was involved in that. Connor Hall was the one that went down to the apron into the grass. And the number 61 of JJ Pack is dragging some debris along the track. He has the most visible damage. The right front absolutely scratched at. The number 36 is Paul Williamson is stalled down on the inside. Looks like a total car for him down at the front stretch, down by the start-finish line. A totaled car as number 22 of Hall does pull back out. Let's see that. They're on the inside of Sean Core, Mick Reynolds on top of Hall. Hall does get a little loose. He just gets loose. Oh, he goes below the yellow line, and that's kind of a steep pickup down there, and he just loses control. And then he just brought some other cars with him. And he drove off. He seems to be alright. There's definitely some damage down the inside. He's just trying not to go a lap down. And he was about 6th place when this happened. Wow. So let's go back to the ARCA Racing Network.
There's a number 36. He stopped completely. That's Paul Williams. Williams' son, yeah. And that's one of those two cars I was telling you about, the identical paint job.
Oh no, the top, it looks like, sorry about that, JJ Peck that was a separate incident up there. Very odd. So, do you have that down at the bottom of the screen? And it's well after. It's in the front straightaway this happens, the second wreck. The first wreck featuring Hall was down in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Then you had the second wreck down at the exit of turn 4, which is really, really odd. I don't know how that happened, but it looks like he was trying to check up, trying to avoid the first wreck. Yeah, he checks up, and he just goes right into, who is that? The number 61 with the most damage tried to check up, and Williamson does pull out. Number 61 checked up into him. He goes hard to the wall. And Williamson is in the pits. They are getting to work, so it looks like he might stay out. 30 laps to go. They are taping up the back end. The side is pretty badly scratched. And then Lancaster does have some damage as well. And then 29 car. And they are just taping the hood back on. And there doesn't look to be that much damage that would cause them to lose the draft. Maybe a little bit up front, they're bending it back together and putting some tape on it. So they might be all right to go. Lancaster might be all right, but the rest, I don't know. Hall might. There's definitely a lot of damage under there from going into the grass. And number 61 of JJ. Of JJ Pack, his night is done, I think. Williamson's night is obviously done. He is back he's getting towed away, so let's go down back to the ARCA Racing Network.
The other one is this one right here in front of us. Is that the 28 that I'm seeing? 20. No, 29. There we go. That's it. That was the other car. Derek Lancaster was involved, and he's got some damage across the nose of that car where the 61 came across his nose.
A lot of air bond going on the front end of that car as they're patching up holes or places that are where the air would be, giving them a problem through gaps and holes in the sheet metal.
We're at lap 50 here. Caution just came out shortly after the restart. Looked like somebody had either a tire issue or got caught from behind. Thad Moffitt pulling onto pit road. Probably going to top off tank, check tires on that car. A few other cars stopping on pit road. Let's do this, fellas. Let's go on ahead while we got a break in the action. They're getting the track cleaned up. Let's take a commercial. You're listening to Racing 1150 WNDV 93.5 FM.
The quality of your smile is an important first impression. At Blossom Dental and Facial Aesthetics, let us start your new smile journey. With the most up-to-date technology, digital smile design gives you a wonderful view of possibility for your smile. Dr. El Janady will make sure you feel confident in any cosmetic dentistry need you may have. From veneers, whitening, and Botox to heat-injected dentures in one day. 900 West Granada Boulevard at Ormond Beach. Online at blossom.dental. Start your new smile journey with Blossom Dental and Facial Aesthetics.
Daytona Flea and Farmers Market, still the one for great savings and the best variety.
The market will be open every day, Friday, February 8th through Sunday, February 17th for Speed Weeks.
You'll find thousands of racing souvenirs at Speedway Village in the South Lot, and there's never a charge for parking or admission.
Enjoy one of the area's largest classic car cruise-ins, the first Saturday each month, and the Arts and Crafts Show the second Sunday each month.
Get details at DaytonaFleaMarket.com or like them on Facebook. 1425 Tomoka Farms Road, just a mile west of the Speedway.
When you're craving something hot, delicious, and Italian, there's one restaurant in Ormond Beach that can cure your craving. Mamma Mia's Pizzeria! Get to Mamma Mia's in Ormond Beach for their $9.99 dinner specials nightly, including chicken, veal, eggplant, fish, or shrimp parmigiana, 3-cheese baked ziti, cheese ravioli, and fettuccine alfredo. And Mamma Mia's in Ormond Beach has the perfect pizza to satisfy your craving. Ask about their pickup specials like an 18-inch extra large cheese pizza, just $9.99. Mamma Mia's has a 24-inch cheese party pizza for just $15.99. Feed the whole family with Mama's special, including an 18-inch cheese pizza, 12 chicken wings, 12 garlic knots, and a 2-liter of soda for just $22.95. Pickup or delivery. Visit Mamma Mia's online at MammaMia'sPizzeriaOrmond.com. Delivery and catering available. Mamma Mia's Pizzeria, more than just pizza. On Granada Boulevard in Ormond Beach across from Lowe's.
Open at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday, noon on Sunday.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. Terry Saveston, Hill Overton, Kevin Holtz covering the Lucas Oil 200, the ARCA Menard Racing Series. Trying to get myself adjusted to the new Menard partnership. Under caution right now, the number 22 of Connor Hall got caught from behind coming out of turn 4, spun down low, and a couple other cars, the 61 of JJ Pack got involved, and the 29 of Derek Lancaster caught up in that. So we are under caution now with 52 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway in the Lucas Oil 200. Our leader is Harrison Burton up front in number 20, Christian Akes in second, Brett Holmes third, Natalie Decker fourth, and Riley Hurst in fifth. Go ahead and run down through the field a little further for you. Riley Hurst, if you're looking for your driver, in the 5th place position. Brandon McReynolds in 6th. He's moved up in the field. Sean Core in the 43 and 7th. Travis Brandon in 8th. Grant Quinlan in 9th. Andy Cease in 10th. Gus Dean 11th. Tyler track. He's a lap down. Brad Smith was the first car Jason White was the first car a lap down. There's your top 25. All right, fellas, here we go. Green flag getting ready to come out. 27 laps to go. And the sun's starting to get a little darker out here, and the lights are coming up and starting to show off this track. We're going to have a finish under the lights here.
And you know what? We're well past halfway, so not a problem as far as having this race official.
Yep, Kevin?
Glad to join you again.
Welcome back.
I tested my blood sugar, 38, a little low.
I was wondering.
38, yeah.
38 was kind of low.
I was wondering about you there, Kevin.
Mine was about 97 the last time I was.
Did you get some lunch today?
I did, but when we stopped earlier in the race when we.
Green flag back in the air. Harrison Burton down on the outside. He'll start him off again. He darts back in the inside. He clears Christian Eckes, who's been down in about second the whole race. Gus Dean on the outside follows suit. He's at the quarter panel, and he will switch. He'll go back down to Holmes. Gus Dean struggling a little bit on the outside. The outside as a whole is struggling a little bit. He will go down to... let's see. He's not doing well right now. Gus Dean is in 5th place. And Riley Herbst right now in 4th. Single file all the way to 5th place. Excuse me, that was... Natalie Decker on the outside. Sean Core down below her now. And so it's a fight for 8th right now with the top side. Sean Core in 5th for Empire Motorsports. Good showing for them so far today. As they dart down to the bottom now, we got everyone down at the bottom who's in the top 5, and then you have 6, Natalie Decker being absolutely bump drafted by Mick Reynolds, who gives her a huge push in front of Sean Core for 5th. And she's not even able to make it stick out of turn 4 into the front straightaway. 24 laps to go. Harrison Burton still leading. Behind him is Eckes. Herbst in 4th. Sean Core on the inside still. Maybe thinking about checking up above Natalie Decker. And Mick Reynolds is still on Natalie Decker's bumper. Just gave her another huge shove. She might have to get out of the way of him. Now she has totally passed Sean Core, who goes back under her. And Mick Reynolds goes and makes a 3rd row for the pass on Natalie Decker, who's not the fastest she's been. Sean Core getting a push down at the bottom by Quinlan. Natalie Decker out to dry in the middle, both rows going around her. She does have help further back, who goes down the inside, and she goes, gets close, down to the bottom. She's able to go the inside, almost wrecks Bobby Gerhardt down while she's trying at it down by in the front straightaway. She tries to get down to the bottom line, almost spins Bobby Gerhardt. Wow, they kept their cool and they're back still in this race. And Mick Reynolds fast right now. Extremely fast. He'll dive down to the bottom now. Worked on the outside pretty well for much of the race, for much of the green flag right now that we have going on. Gus Dean goes back in the 8th. He was not in the top 10 at the start of this. Thad Moffitt is 15th now and moving up. He's back on the lead lap. He was 21st, and now he's in 15th, and it's 3 wide. Thad Moffitt on the top. Down further back, this is the first 3 wide racing. I think these guys know it's about over. The lights are out in Daytona. It's nighttime. 3 wide. Thad Moffitt, Bobby Gerhardt on the bottom. 52 splits in between, and he's able to pass Bobby Gerhardt. Thad Moffitt will go to second row. Now it's 2 wide everywhere. A lot more racing on the back. It seems to be single file up towards the front more. And it looks very unsettled back there. I wouldn't be surprised if we had another caution currently. And the front four are gone. The front three is, Riley Herbst starting to fall off the back. And you've got Harrison Burton, Christian Eckes, and Holmes, who are escaped from the pack right now, and they're trying to extend their lead by a while. Then you got Riley Herbst kind of in the middle between pack 1 and 2, and then you got 2 wide racing the rest of the way back. No 3 wide right now, and we'll take it back over to ARCA.
From that perspective, still single file as they come through turn 3 and 4. We've got about 10 cars single file. They're starting to tighten that gap back up. It was probably about 4 or 5 car lengths back from that first 4. It's less than that now as that second group is slowly catching up. I believe they will here, and that would be Sean Core, the number 43, running in the 5th spot, is leading that group to fill that gap.
Well, it's going to be go time and show time here in just a short while now.
About 20 to go. Yeah, we're 21 to go.
Next time they come back around, it will be 20.
Some people are just going to get a little, you get a little impatient. And
well, we're 3/4 of the way through, if you want to look at it that way. The 80 laps, we were about to run 80 of them. I mean, 60 of them, excuse me.
We ran 93 laps last year, so that would still put us about a third of the way through, or 2/3 of the way through.
If you go back to last year and compare it to that, yes.
Kevin?
I was just saying, observing that the pole winners won this race 9 times. The most recent was 2013, but Christian Eckes was up there in the running, trying to possibly put it to double digits in 21 laps.
And he's got an opportunity being where he's run all day long up there in that lead group of 2, 3, 4 folks. He's been right there. Very, very, very competitive has he been. For an 18-year-old, you can't do much better than that, I'd say. And some of these drivers
Doing a lot more productive things than I was doing.
some of these drivers are veteran drivers. You used to be sliding down the bank in Raleigh. No, you were a little younger than 18.
Yeah.
We're talking about Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh, North Carolina, home of the NC State Wolfpack, my alma mater, and former home of Kevin Holtz, our co-host here, whose dad, Lou Holtz, the famed Lou Holtz, was our Wolfpack coach. We loved him to death, and I still have very fond memories and certainly high regard for your famous pop. You said he's right about my age now.
He is.
He's called me.
We're back here on Truck Talks. 18 laps to go. Harrison Burton leading. Eckes in second. Holmes in third. Gus Dean has moved up to 4th now. Almost caught up with the lead pack. And the top row down at the bottom, led down in the second pack, being led by Sean Core, is kind of moving forward towards this front group of Burton, Holmes, and Eckes. And Gus Dean trailing, who has made a huge comeback. He was originally out of the top 10 at the start of this green flag. Now he's in 4th, and that just shows you what Daytona can do. And that's what drafting can do, ladies and gentlemen. He has moved up to 4th now with the lead pack. Sean Core down at the bottom, and we are down to 1 pack now. Sean Core in the second row. They are far back, even at about 8th place right now. Mick Reynolds behind him. Mick Reynolds showing a lot of speed earlier. And then you got this right down at the back. And Mick Reynolds leading the... It looks like they have disconnected now. It's a very loose pack. I mean, at any moment there'll be a few packs. That's how it's looking right now on the track. It's very loose. Riley Herbst, taps down the top of Sean Core. They're tapping like it's a finish. Side drafting. Riley Herbst is being aggressive. 16 laps to go. It is completely dark in Daytona under the lights. 16 laps to go. Core and Herbst side by side. Sean Core trying to make the pass on the outside. Riley Herbst side drafting. He's going to pass him down on the lower side now. Core down at the quarter panel. And he's just barely has the lead. And looks like we got Mick Reynolds is back with that lower pack down the inside of Riley Herbst. With Riley Herbst now, Sean Core on top. And then you got the leading pack of the top 7, Burton, Eckes, Holmes, Dean, Quinlan, Munter, and Natalie Decker, who's just on the edge of that pack. Leilani Munter, they are almost disconnected with the front 5 with Quinlan trying to lose Leilani Hunter. 15 laps to go here at ARCA at Daytona, the opening race of the season, not the Cup Series, ARCA race. And we have some bump drafting. Herbst, Thad Moffitt gave him a little bump down on the inside. Sean Corr's teammate. Let's see how they're going to work together. Bobby Gerhardt in that second pack that's too wide. And we got a lab car. Looks like maybe McLaughlin, maybe the victim here that's being passed. And McReynolds was blocking that second pack like he's in the lead right now. He's going high, he's going low, he's trying to block Corr and Herbst. As McLaughlin gets past, yep, that is McLaughlin. And it looks like he's gonna dart down to the bottom, everyone's gonna go up higher. And it's a clean pass down in pack 2. Sean Corr able to get in front of Riley Herbst. He's escaping with McReynolds, who are both in the lead by maybe a couple car lengths from behind them, and in the 11th position, which is Braden right now. So Brandon McReynolds, he's having a great race. He is currently in front of Sean Corr. Sean Corr, McReynolds is losing him, but I don't know if that's going to be good tactic. This second pack has to work together if they want a chance to win this race, if this stays green all the way. Ooh, Sean Corr getting bump drafted by the number 27 of Braden. McReynolds, they're all down at the bottom now. Gerhardt right after them. He's in 12th right now, Bobby Gerhardt. As that pack's all single file, and then they've lost everyone else. So now we are about 3-pack racing. Then we got all the lower teams right now who are also trying to race for points. As Brad Smith is getting lapped, we'll turn it back over to ARCA Racing Network.
There were 10. There will be 10 laps to go when they cross the stripe one more time. They're down midway down the super straight.
10 laps to go in the Lucas Oil 200 here in Daytona, the ARCA Menards series, being led by Harrison Burton right now. And And whoa, we got a wreck. Thad Moffitt in the wall. He's backwards. Now he's spinning down to the apron. He's in the front straightaway by the pits. Heavy hit to the wall. There doesn't look to be that much damage. The number 11 accompanies him. That is White. Thad Moffitt stalled down to the inside now. And his neck goes down. So Thad Moffitt stays over. Fourth caution, 9 to go. Jason White and Thad Moffitt tangle up. Jason White still moving around the track. Doesn't seem to be that much damage. Let's see. Thad Moffitt just gets loose right behind Riley Herbst. And he saves it most, and then he just absolutely loses it. Bobby Gerhart narrowly escapes it. Maybe some damage in the front. But Thad Moffitt just gets loose in the draft in the corner. You know, he's been working on those tires for quite a while now, and they showed there he just spun out. Took number 11 with him. So we got our fourth caution of the day. Thad Moffitt the cause. And let's take it back to the ARCA. Racing Network as Thad Moffitt climbs out of the car.
11, I think, might have been involved as well. Yep, he's got some smoke coming off of that car. Here we go. Here's a replay. Let's see what it's like. It's up in the banking at turn 3 and 4. And it just, I'm betting he got a tire going down by the way that thing's crabbing sideways. Something's wrong.
And it probably blew right there when he turned sideways.
Coming out of 4th, just started getting looser and looser, and that's pretty good job of handling that car at over 180 miles an hour with a low tire. Not too much major damage, but wind of that did go down. Did get up into the outside wall. Pretty good hit there as he came around and hit the left front corner of that car. So
What an indoctrination from the young 18-year-old driver.
and there's a picture of Mom up on top of the hauler, and she's
That would be Richard's daughter.
that'd be Rebecca.
His mother, Rebecca, yeah.
Rebecca concerned there. That's got to be tough for a mom to watch as her son spins a car at 180 miles an hour coming out of turn 4 at Daytona National Speedway. And puts us under caution. We were talking about it. When was it going to happen? That eight car pack out front just lost every bit of advantage that they had. Now you once again going to level the playing field, put these cars 2 by 2 with about 7 laps to go, 6 laps to go, depending on how long it takes to clean this up. Seems like we've been here before, haven't we, Hill?
Yes, sir, we have. And I predict you're probably likely not to see much anyone pit unless it's someone that can't make it the rest of the way for whatever reason. I do feel like that they're going to hold their track position as we see the 11 car down there in the pits now taking on right side tires, and we're trying to pull some sheet metal off that right front fender to get it off of where the tire will be in that wheel well.
Yeah, because Thad came across his front of his car there as he spun up into the wall.
Moffitt had just stepped into the emergency care vehicle, not just as the precautionary measure.
Precautionary, right. I think he'll be just fine though.
Just looking here at my scoring, and we've had some laps just to put it in perspective of how fast we've been. The best speed lap of the day, it looks like, is Brandon McReynolds at 185.7. That's 2 miles an hour faster than what our pole speed was. So there's been some top speeds out there running around.
Be aware this was in the draft.
It was in the draft, but when that happened was when he was back behind the draft catching up.
And that'll suck you
When
up.
they were running that, so when those 8 cars were running single file, Brandon was leading that next group to catch up, and he got 185 miles an hour. So
Well, that top pole speed was just at the base of 183.
right, so they're actually running some faster times back there in the pack. Harrison Burton leading, Chris Kaneka second, 23. Brett Holmes third, and we are under caution here at Daytona National Speedway. Let's do this before let's get a quick break in here while we got a second break in the action. You're listening to the Lucas Oil 200, the ARCA Menard Racing Series on WNDB 1150 AM and 93.5 FM.
Insurance companies love their games. One is to have your car repaired ASAP, and then they're done with you. Not so fast. Now try to sell your car. Even repaired is considered damaged goods because it's been in an accident. Any buyer would know that with one click of a mouse. That's lost value, and insurance companies conveniently forget to mention it. We won't let them forget it. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family. Call us
So Riley Herbst out of the race. Pretty much. We got 4 laps to go here at the line. Pace car darts down to the inside into the pit lane. Here we go. Harrison Burton on the outside. Christian Eckes on the inside. Harrison Burton leads us to the green flag and clears Christian Eckes. And then he goes straight down to the bottom right away. Up top, you got Gus Dean. You got three wide racing down lower. Gus Dean in the middle. Up top is Mick Reynolds with the fastest lap put down on the track so far tonight. Looks like there's mist on the track, though. They won't call it yet. There is mist. It looks like there's some moisture on the cameras. So let's go Harrison Burton. It's 1 wide all the way down. And then you have Mick Reynolds up top being bump drafted by Harrison Burton, trying to give him a push. There's not much. And they are all the way past 10th place. So they're in 11th and 12th. That's where it's 2 wide. It's 1 everywhere. 3 laps to go. Harrison Burton down on the inside. Right behind him is Christian Eckes. And then it's Hall. Then it's Quinlan. And then it's Natalie Decker, Sean Core, and then McReynolds a second back. 3 laps to go here in Daytona as they go down to the backstretch. Backstretch, there is mist in the area. It looks like they're keeping it all green. Sean Core off the lead pack. McReynolds catching up down at the bottom. He's in 7th now. He is the fastest car out there right now. And he's locked bumpers with Harrison Burton at this point. He was just pushing him as they are on the outside. They come into about 5th now on the outside as they go to green flag. 2 laps to go. Harrison Burton, Christian Eckes, and Hall. McReynolds goes down to the bottom to try and pass Quinlan. They bump. McReynolds passes Quinlan. Todd Gilliland bumping him as they go out to the top. They are in 4th place right now, in 5th place. As they go middle, they're still down at the bottom. They have caught up with the lead pack. That is the fastest lap there. Whoa, McReynolds loose. He taps Hall. They both turn McReynolds hard into the outside backstretch. And it looks like Gilliland caught up as well. Wow. Sorry, the 32 caught up as well. McReynolds, he pushed it way too hard. You saw that coming. Wow. 2 laps to go. Let's turn over to the ARCA Racing Network.
Well, it looks like as they head toward turn number 1, now's when you're going to see the moment of truth on this final lap as they're headed. No, 2 laps. 2 to go, yeah. 2 to go, excuse me. No white flag yet. We'll see the white flag next time. I'm so excited about wanting to get this one down to a strong finish. Didn't quite get there yet.
Watch it.
Look here. Now
Reynolds.
Sideways he goes. Out of spin. 2 cars, 1 car down on the infield grass. 2 more cars spinning up against the wall. And that's going to bring out a caution. And that means we're not going to finish on the regulation amount of time. Who would have thought otherwise?
We knew that before we started. And what happened there was Brandon McReynolds and Todd Gillian were drafted off track. And they were gaining momentum and gaining speed.
Gus Dean was in that, the 32 involved.
And they finally just got together so much drafting that they finally got loose and spun. Just McReynolds went around.
Lonnie Munter was involved. She's got some damage on the right side of her car in that green and white automobile.
Brandon McReynolds, the window net's down out there on the backstretch.
So this is going to create a whole new scenario when we go racing once again with another restart, which might not be the final restart.
Well, you can, Lonnie Munter diving on the pit road now. Here's this. Let's see who else got caught up in this as they come around. Looks like Bobby Gerhardt coming on the pit road.
Is the number 5 car.
Yeah. See what kind of damage he has. Also, factor in anybody who made an early pit stop. If they didn't stop at that caution, they're going to be needing gas. So let's see what Bobby Gerhardt does as he pulls into his pit box. Not sure what they're doing down there. Got us an idea, Hill, of what's going on?
Looking tires. Tires are out on the left side of that car.
Okay.
I didn't see the fuel man though, the gas man.
you're tuning in wondering what's happening here, we are under caution. We are running lap 82 of an 80-lap race with a little incident there with some bump drafts with Brandon Reynolds and Todd Gillian. Todd Gillian got through this, it looks like, pretty clean. Surprisingly, he's up there running still in the 4th spot. So it was a great maneuver for him running 3rd spot. Natalie Decker running 4th. The ones who suffered through that were Melanie Munter and Brandon McReynolds and Bobby Gerhart. They are out of the running at this point, at least a lap down.
We're already 2 laps and a half past what would have been the end of the race had it gone the total distance. So the question now is, how many more laps will it take to get her done?
And how many more cars?
Well, I can guarantee you they're not going to all sit there behaving in single file or 2 by 2. Somebody's going to come out of line in an attempt to try to win the thing.
You know, Harrison Burton and Chris Kanekis have gone at restarts with this, and so far, Harrison Burton's pulled out front. You got to look at doing something different if you're Chris Kanekis. You got to look at what you got to do to get by this guy. And, you know, they're young, and they'll take chances that probably you wouldn't take if you'd been out here a little longer. That's my opinion of that.
When you're their age, bulletproof,
Yeah.
you think. You really do. You think you can withstand any obstacle, anything that might be the least bit challenging. Oh, I can handle that.
And Natalie Decker in the top 4, that's, you know, she's driving trucks this year. This is her opportunity to learn as much as she can about restarts here at Daytona National Speedway, because I guarantee you they're going to have some here in the truck races.
Last year's winner, Michael Self, moved all the way up to the 32nd spot. So he came back out after a long day in the garage and salvaging a few points here, Terry, over what it might have been had he not come back at all.
Well, you run in the whole season, you got to work on those points. Not where you want to be, but still to be out on the track.
Lights
at
out.
this point. Yep. There we go. This
Half a lap till green now. Oh, they put the lights back out. They did put the lights back out. It looked like it was going to go green. They just put the lights out. Or put the lights back on, excuse me. But we were going to go green. And, oh yeah, there's debris on the track. That's why they just, the pace car just ran over it. So they're going to clean that back up, and then we'll go green. So let's put it back down to ARCA.
team's been looking good all weekend long. This is going to be an interesting restart. They're lined up 2 by 2. They're just now coming out of turn 2 headed.
Dave Mater, he might have ran into the debris. There's sparks. There's flames coming out of his car. He's down on the apron trying to go into pit road, but there are sparks everywhere, and he cut a tire. Yep, he cut a tire. Dave Mater cut a tire, and the front of his car is just dragging on the racing surface right now, and that's one of the reasons why they'll hold the caution. Now looks like Harrison Burton, there is one to go. Now they've confirmed it. Again, they're going to retry. And Harrison Burton's going to start down at the bottom here. I don't know about that, but he's going for he looks like he's going to go for the block on Todd Gillen, who was the fastest car on the track that last run. But you know, he's trying to go for the block on the fastest car on the track, who might not be the fastest this time around, because he was the one that turned Mick Reynolds at the end of it. He was the one that turned him, so that he might not be the fastest here. He might have a little bit of damage. So Christian Ekes, this might go in his favor. This might go into Harrison Burton's favor. The top has been the best starting place this race so far. Harrison Burton's done it every time, and he's led most of the laps today. But there's only 2 more they count the most. Green, white, checkered racing, 2 laps to go, and they're on the back half a lap from going green now. Harrison Burton's going to lead them to the line. That's big for him. Sean Cole. Here's your top 5: Harrison Burton, Christian Ekes, Todd Gillen, Natalie Decker, and Quinlan. who is in 5th place. Here we go. They're on turn 4, the exit of turn 4. They are already starting to push a little bit and shove the cars as the caution car goes on the track. We are officially almost green flag. There goes the caution car down to the inside as they come to the Geico restart line, and green flag in the air. Harrison Burton leads them. Christian Eckes and Harrison Burton side by side. Christian Eckes up to the quarter panel as Harrison Burton does not clear him yet, and he does officially have him clear. Harrison Burton cleared. Todd Gilliland pushing down on this bumper. Bump drafting. They're gone. 3 car lengths ahead of the rest as they go onto the back stretch. Christian Eckes is in 4th right now. Harrison Burton is holding on as Todd Gilliland is absolutely pushing. He looks like he's going to go the outside there, bump drafting. And he's trying to block Todd Gilliland right now. He does have him blocked. They are down on the inside. Christian Eckes goes onto the outside. Todd Gilliland looks like he's going to swoop on the outside. He does go on the outside. Todd Gilliland also follows suit. He's on the outside. He's in the middle trying to block the outside and the bottom. 1 to go. This is the last lap officially. Harrison Burton wins. Harrison Burton holds on. That was the last lap. Harrison Burton holds on, folks. Gilliland, he definitely could have spun him around. He holds him clean. They are teammates in the truck series, and he plays him clean. So Harrison Burton wins Daytona. 2nd Gilliland, 3rd Quinley, 4th Eckes, 5th Core, 6th Decker, 7th Rohrberg, 8th Braden, 9th Seuss, 10th Herbst, 11th Hall, 12th Dipple, 13th Gerhardt, 14th Chuck Hires, 15th Leilani Munter, 16th Jason White, 17th Derek Lancaster, 18th Dave Mader, 19th Brett Holmes, 20th Brad Smith, 21st, Joseph Graff Jr., 22nd, Con Nicolopoulos, 23rd, Tom Vi Jr., 24th, CJ McLaughlin, 25th, Brandon McReynolds, 26th, Gus Dean, 27th, Thad Moffitt, 28th, JJ Pack, 29th, Brendan Queen, 30th, Paul Williamson, 31st, Michael Self, 32nd, Scott Melton, 33rd, Eric Caldell, 34th, John Ferrier, and 35th, Willie Mullins. That is your ARCA Menards Lucas Oil 200. Thank you guys for watching. This is Truck Talks Racing. See you next week or maybe tomorrow for qualifying.